Absolutely. Remain in Mexico worked. Mr. Lyons, how do you feel about illegal aliens remaining in Mexico?
We saw 1/20th of the challenge that we're seeing today because of that MPP protocol to remain in Mexico.
Seems like it works. Ms. Maliotakis, you're from New York. How do you like remain in Mexico?
I think it's a good idea. It certainly worked under the previous administration.
Yeah, it worked, but somehow under the Biden administration, this no longer works. Mr. Reichland Melnick, last year on April 6, 2022, you tweeted that you were at the border last week with your 97-year-old grandfather, which is really nice. It's nice to be able to spend time with your grandfather.
Should be watching today.
You said it was a lovely day out. You said you did some bird watching, drove through the mountains, and had a great afternoon. You said there was no tragedy, no invasion, just normal life, and that border communities are some of the safest in the country. Yet, in April 2022, there was a record recorded by Border Patrol of 235,000 encounters. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware of the numbers, and I stand by my statements that border communities are some of the safest and best communities in the country, as I'm sure my fellow panelists would agree.
Well, the week that you were there with your grandfather on April 3rd, 2022, a 72-year-old Perry Adrian Cole was killed by an illegal alien in an 8-vehicle crash that the illegal alien caused. So do you consider that safe and good for the border communities?
It's undoubtedly a tragedy, but again, data shows that undocumented immigrants, on average, commit fewer crimes than native-born citizens.
Like, how would 20-year-old Kayla Marie Hamilton's mother feel about that? She was raped and strangled to death by an illegal MS-13 gang member who was apprehended at the border before being released into the interior of the United States. I think her mother would disagree. I think you should also understand that in the year of 2020, the U.S. Border Patrol criminal non-citizen arrest was all the way down to 438. That's from in 2016 when Obama was president, from 12,842. I'd inform you today that we are over 12,000 again under the Biden administration. Again, that's Border Patrol criminal non-citizen arrest. Mr. Lyons, are border communities safe, lovely places with no crime and good for families and communities?
We've had 106 different countries cross into Yuma community, with 17 being from special interest countries where they've apprehended multiple criminal elements coming across the border.
Should Arizona pay for that?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Borelli, should New York pay for this?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Wow, Marjorie Taylor Greene really brings the receipts and the statistics, and numbers and data don't lie. This shill for the Democrat Party does lie. The border is not safe. The border is no place for men, women, or children. And it's the place that sex trafficking of young people and rape of women and fentanyl comes into our country. To say that he was bird watching with his grandfather is absolutely disgusting. And people like him, I hope they have a real come to Jesus moment, but I don't think they will because they don't believe in Jesus. They don't even believe in God because they're psychotic, atheist, liberal losers. If the border is so safe, then why is New York City not? Why is Mayor Eric Adams saying that this migrant crisis is going to ruin New York City? Why are people screaming in Chicago of migrants coming? Where are they coming from? They're not dropping them out of the sky. They're not coming via a stork. So how can then the border be perfectly safe when our cities across the country are not? Let me tell you something. I live on the beach in Jupiter, Florida, and I've lived here for 3 years, twice in the exact same spot. Migrants have washed up, okay? On a boat. Exact same spot. It's a plan. It ain't an accident. You can't get here via boat from Haiti, and that's where they were from both times. And let me tell you, this is a safe community, and when that happened, no one felt safe. I can't imagine what the people living in these border communities feel like. We've seen the trash that is left behind. People just laying on the floors with nowhere to go to the bathroom, nowhere to eat, throwing their old clothes. The border is not safe, and we need to close it.